Just in case he catches like some of the food and that we can just put like outside. Is it yours?
Particularly yes.
I think it's fine for the camera, but if it's not yours, don't worry.
Okay.
Słuchajcie, witamy Was na konferencji prasowej, która będzie po... Dajcie mi to wszystko ustawić. Która właśnie zaraz się rozpocznie. Przyjdzie na pewno 3 zawodników co najmniej z ostatnich walk. Słuchajcie, Jacek sobie pracuje, bo robi napisy.
Słuchajcie, napisy wjeżdżają w pierwszej kolejności do Vince'a i do Mahmouda Muradowa. Do pozostałych, przyznam szczerze, chyba nie będziemy robić, ponieważ jutro
dzisiaj.
cały KSW, konferencje też będą zawodnicy z zagranicy, więc byłoby tego ekstremalnie dużo. Ale do Vince'a i do Mahmouda, jako że to są chyba 2 wywiady, które interesują największą rzeszę osób, robimy, także jakby wracam do pracy.
No więc niech on sobie pracuje, a ja przejmę na chwilę. Słuchajcie, na konferencję na pewno przyjdzie z trójeczki ostatniej zwycięzcy, czyli Gilbert Burns, Marco Madsen i Jared Cannonier. Czekamy na nich, tak wygląda z frontu sytuacja. Mamy bardzo fajną widoczność, ze względu na to, że jesteśmy w pierwszej ławce w sumie naprzeciwko. Mamy takie rzędy ogólnie. No i co, jeżeli chodzi o galę, no to słuchajcie, jeżeli macie jakieś pytania, refleksje, no to właśnie po to jest ten czat, żeby się dzielić. Także no zapraszamy Was do tego. U nas humory no takie w sumie mieszane. Gala całkiem fajna. Szkoda oczywiście, bardzo szkoda Michała naszego Oleksiejczuka, Mahmoud Muradow, którego trenerem głównym
Zapasów
był...
trenerem, bo głównym trenerem jest inny gość z Czech.
Okej, w takim razie trenerem zapasów jest trener Andrzej Kościelski z poznańskiego Ankosu. Wygrał swój debiut w UFC. Zresztą bardzo fajne rzeczy powiedział na wywiadzie, także ja polecam. On już jest u nas.
Jest już w angielskiej wersji, będzie tłumaczony. Paulina widzę kombinuje się męczy.
No, bo wiecie co, nie chcę podnosić do góry żadnego sprzętu, dlatego że z tyłu za nami są kamery jakby oficjalne od UFC i musimy wszystko robić raczej na dole.
Przepraszam.
Proszę bardzo.
Sorry kochani. Czemu mi od razu nie powiedziałeś?
Bo ja nie chciałam gimbala.
Aha, no dobrze, to możesz trząść tym aparatem.
Okej, dzięki.
Postaw to w ten sposób. Bo zaraz nikt nas nie będzie oglądał.
Okej. Cieszę się, że Jared wygrał. Słuchajcie, właśnie były takie głosy u nas na InTheCage, czy właśnie na live'ach, czy gdzieś, że wiele osób jakby no nie doceniało tej możliwości, które po prostu Jared może wnieść do klatki, w jaki sposób może po prostu wyglądać to wszystko, co tam się dzieje. No i właśnie tak się stało. Także rzeczywiście niektórzy przewidzieli przyszłość. Ja sobie teraz włączam, żeby widzieć Was z komputera, żeby mieć 2 widoki. Dobra. Aha, i dobra, i teraz już widzę wszystko. A co powiecie o Michale w takim razie? Zanim jeszcze przyjdzie kolejna osoba, wtedy oczywiście odwrócimy jakby kąt widzenia i będziecie wiedzieć wszystko to, co się dzieje na konferencji, aczkolwiek teraz mamy troszeczkę czasu i możemy jeszcze pogadać w miarę. No. Widzę, że już wszyscy się zebrali z boczku, także na pewno zaraz przyjdzie jakiś pierwszy zawodnik. Myślę, że to będzie właśnie Gilbert Burns. O nie, przepraszam, Jacek. Słuchajcie, odwracam już. Jest gotowe?
Nie jest.
No dobra. To włączaj.
Wsadź ten cholek na telefon, dobrze? Nie starczy bateria.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight, UFC Copenhagen generated $1.6 million US at the gate. 12,767 attendees were sellout here at the Royal Arena. Bonuses go to John Phillips, OSP, Cannonier, and Jack Shore. You get 4 performance bonuses. Any questions from the group?
Just down here,
Hi.
any standout performances? Obviously, you've just said the bonuses tonight. Were there any standout performances that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, the bonuses obviously dictate the stand-up performances just generally. In addition to the four aforementioned athletes, I think Marco Madison was pretty stellar. Came in, did business quickly, handled his opponent remarkably well and delighted the crowd. So I think that's one that definitely stands out. That Keezy fight, sort of generating a lot of views on Lands right out of the gates. And then, other than that, the Cuba Lava fight was also pretty dominant. I think at the start, Creel had a firm advantage, and then Lava was getting really well, and it was also just a measure in the end. So, I mean, a lot of performances tonight, and crowd got true.
And this is obviously the UFC's second event in Scandinavia. How big is this year? Sorry, this year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, with Stockholm. How big is this market in Scandinavia, and is there any plans of maybe going to other Scandinavian countries?
Yeah, I mean, to your first point, your first question, it's huge. It's one of the most important regions. We've got a relationship with Viaplay that spans the Scandinavian countries. Is obviously very important to us. They do a tremendous job building the profiles of our athletes, showcasing the sport in a great way, creating localized content that our fans across the region are dying to see. We will continue to come to Scandinavia as much as we can. I think with progress that's been made, on the amateur side in Norway, paves the way for potential event at some point down the road when the structure is in place and ready to come. But Sweden, Denmark tonight was great. I mean, we were thrilled. The crowd, we had like 6,000 people in for the first fight, which was incredible. Beautiful facility here at the Royal Arena, and we'll be back again for sure.
And just last one from me. We had two Welsh fighters on this card tonight. Both came away with the win. Is there any plans of maybe going to Wales in the future? I think we've got about 3 or 4 Welsh fighters on in the roster.
Yeah, I mean, always on the radar. We want to make sure that we always have our flagship event in London, typically every March. It's been a few years since we've been back in Ireland. Wales, especially now with the influx in athletes and the talent level certainly increasing. Definitely,
Yeah, hi here. Of course, I'm from Denmark, and I guess a lot of people wondering what will be the next step for Marco Madsen. We have already some plans for him tonight. He met an opponent who lost his first fight. Do you know what will be the next thing for him?
To be honest, I don't know yet. I haven't had a chance to chat with Sean Shelby, who's here, or Dana. I'm not sure what the plans are next. I know he's become very familiar with Las Vegas, training at the UFC Copenhagen Institute. I think a bit of time at the Extreme Couture maybe. So I'm not sure what he wants to do. All it comes down to what the event schedule looks like. What the athlete wants to do, who they want to fight, where they want to fight. But we'll regroup, I think, early next week and start to develop that plan. But one thing's for sure, he's a legitimate, bona fide star in this country. We got it all week. I mean, we've been getting it for months. People asking when's the UFC going to sign him. It's such a boon for the company here in Denmark because of his pedigree, his athletic achievement across the championships, the Olympics, and what he's done in his 8-0 now 9-0 career in mixed martial arts. There's no doubt that he's going to make an impact in the division, and hopefully the stars align and you can get back here with him again because I'm not sure if I've heard the crowd that loud. The Dolby event and obviously Marco Madsen ahead.
Can you say something about Dalby? What do you expect from him, and what could be this next fight? He had some knee issues, I know, but he gets back quick. I mean, what could be next up for him?
Not sure. I mean, we just saw him in the hallway, and he was pretty elated. I'm sure, I don't know, but given the size of a lot of athletes, I'm sure given what he's gone through to get that win, probably took a lot of pressure off him. It's probably hugely cathartic for him, and he's probably got this newfound motivation and confidence and drive. I think he was clamoring for December 14th. I think he said that in his press conference or post-fight interview, potentially against Perry, but who knows? His cards are pretty busy. But we'll find out. I mean, a lot of these things, get sorted out in the coming days after a live event. It's very rare that we've got a plan that's at least to be able to publicly disseminate immediately after the fight.
Right here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Congrats on a great event in Denmark, your debut.
Thank you.
If you can just roll it back a little bit, why did UFC decide to come to Denmark right now? Did you see some fighters, or what was the thought process behind making your debut right now?
Well, we've been trying to come to Denmark for a while. And I mean, we talk about this a lot. It's a really difficult puzzle to put the event schedule and program in place for our sport across all the different countries and continents we go to. We've only got 42 events a year, and we've got a distribution that only allows us a certain number of fights in each region. It's been on our radar for a while. We've known about the size of the fan base. We also have known that the fan base continues to increase. I feel that a lot of the work that has been done by some of the key guys in the region that have been pushing MMA for so long has given us an opportunity now where you're seeing the quality level of the athletes rise pretty considerably. The stars aligned, made sense. Marco Madsen, sense with Dalby coming back. We've obviously got a pretty deep roster of Scandinavian talent outside of Denmark. And it was only a couple of years ago that I think this facility was built. So we kind of felt heading into this week, this is the perfect time to be here, great time of year. And again, as I said before, stars sort of aligned, made a lot of sense.
And it was a sellout of the Royal Arena. And there have been some rumors going on that the UFC is planning to come back every 4th year. And you spoke about it earlier, saying that we want to come back. Is that the plan every 4th year, or when are the UFC planning to come back to Denmark?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the plan. It may be sooner. We just don't know. I mean, we are in the process of laying out our EMEA plan for 2021. In fact, our entire global schedule for 2020. We've got a pretty good idea of where we're going to be in Q1 and Q2. We'll probably be able to release a lot of the dates in the coming weeks. But given the success of tonight, we'd love to be back sooner. So yeah, so 4 years, potentially. It could be sooner. And, if it doesn't work out well, it could be later.
Last one for me. Marco Madsen was a co-main event. As you said earlier, he was the biggest star in the card, so why not a performance bonus for him? He had the second quickest finish on the night. Why not?
I mean, I think he was sort of a victim of circumstance, I guess. There's so many electric moments that, I think were sort of justified and suitable for a performance, but I don't make that decision. I talked to Sean or Dana about it. He certainly made a case for himself to get one. I think there's a few other individuals that could have, got one as well. I think when you have a card like this that delivers so well for fans in the arena and around the world, sometimes the decision is pretty tough.
Thank you.
Yes, right here in the back.
Hey.
You mentioned Norway before, but as of now, MMA is still illegal there. It has kind of strange status, despite having a lot of successful talent. What can the UFC do, if anything, to affect that status?
Well, I think the first thing to recognize is a step in the right direction with, I think it was maybe 2 months ago when they came out with the decree that amateur mixed martial arts would be regulated. It might take some time before professional mixed martial arts is, but at least it's a step in the right direction. What can we do? I mean, listen, a lot of the UFC's work needs to, and does indeed remain impartial and independent from some of the sports ministry's efforts, but when it comes down to what we're trying to achieve, a lot of it involves education and making sure that, whether it's a sports ministry that doesn't quite understand the sport, they haven't been exposed to it perhaps. We can provide them with, the tools and the data and some of the comparables to help them make the decision, an informed one, and one that can help enact and structure the sport properly in that region. We're encouraged, we're hopeful. There's not many places in the world where mixed martial arts isn't legalized, and we've made a lot of progress in France. If you've been keeping on top of the story, the sports ministry has come out and said they would like to legalize it at some point. They're looking for the proper way to structure the sport in France. Hopefully we've got something to report early next year. But we're almost there. So hopefully we can pave the way for an event in Rome at some point down the road.
And next year, how many roundabout events can we expect in Europe, and which markets do you at least plan on going to?
So we've been public that, heading into 2020, it'll be pretty similar to what we experienced in 2019, where we'll have, a couple events in the UK. We will have a couple events in Russia. We'll be back in Abu Dhabi. And that leaves, maybe 3 or 4 other events. If, as I mentioned before, if France gets legalized and we're able to hold an event in France, we'd love to be there. Because I think the timing of the market, we've seen it in a bunch of other regions, whether it's, on the kind of state or province level, heading into Melbourne for the original event in Victoria, with Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey, or whether we broke into Ontario with UFC 129 with George and Jake Shields. Pent-up demand that occurs within a region when they haven't had mixed martial arts is significant, and a big first event, when you make that first good impression, can have a lasting impact on the opportunity you've got to build business in that region. And that's exactly what we felt tonight. We sort of felt, came in, I think made a positive impact in the community, profiling the athletes, delivering a great card to the fan base here. We're confident that we've really opened up a big opportunity for us in Denmark. So there are a few regions that we're still looking for, a few countries we're still looking for 2019 in the advance schedule. But nothing we can talk about yet.
And last one for me, is there any way that you can confirm at least plans for a return to Sweden next year?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. Thanks very much. I've been very impressed by all the support and how interested the media's been in telling the story of mixed martial arts and UFC here in Denmark. So thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Tak jak słuchajcie, słyszeliście przed chwilą reprezentant tutaj troszeczkę wyższych warstw, jeśli chodzi o UFC. Mówił m.in. o innych eventach w Europie, które są planowane na przyszły rok, ale właśnie przyszedł Gilbert Burns. Także już wracamy z powrotem na scenę i słuchajcie uprzejmie, co tam się dzieje.
Hi, Gilbert, just down here. First of all, obviously it was a short notice fight for you, one that you put yourself forward for. You wanted to test your skills against Gunnar Nelson. Talk us through kind of what you thought of your performance and how you felt in there against Gunnar Nelson.
I'm very happy with the performance. Like you said, I have a great team behind me that keep me ready, on my course. They came out here with like less than 10 days notice to make it happen. So Henry's here, Coach Ken's here, Daniel here, they all here to support me. All my teammates, they make me ready. I have my conditioning trainers that IHP, the Institute of Human Performance, they make me so strong for that division. People don't realize like how strong I am to that division. So I was ready, I was training, I was looking for a fight. I had a tournament that was today and tomorrow, the biggest grappling tournament, the ADCC. So I was getting ready. As soon as I saw the the news that Nelson was looking for a fight, that Thiago pulled out. I don't think it was. I really asked my coach to just ask for a fight. Call my manager, call the UFC, to give me the fight. Then I let the coach know, hey, we've got a lot of short notice, but I'm pretty happy with my performance. It was a tough one. I need to be very smart, but I think it executed the game plan as me and my coach planned, like a lot of like kicks, trying to work the takedown. It was a little hard to get takedowns. Like I said, I want to grapple a lot more with him, but it was very hard to break that karate distance. So I was kind of putting pressure slowly. He was doing a good job. He was bigger than me, longer than me, but I'm happy with my performance, especially only 2 weeks, and the guys, a high level guys, so I'm pretty happy with my performance.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, your last fight was also short notice, and it was your return to welterweight. Are you planning to stay at welterweight?
I hope so. I think I'm in good 2 weeks notice. I just beat unbeatable Russian guy, very tough, Alexei Kunchenko. And it's not only 2 weeks notice, it's like 14, 13 days to the fight. So I have 1 week training, and the 2 short notice fight, I had to travel so long. Like, I live in Florida. The first short notice was in Uruguay, so it was 10 hours flight. And I had got up just with the time, got back, training, another short notice. 1 week training and travel. It's not 2 weeks notice, it's not 2 weeks notice. 1 week at the gym, and the other weeks here with the international flight, with all the jet lag. We have 6 hours difference here from Florida, so I think I was physically ready, but mentally I got to do a lot of little just to these fights. And like you said, I'm proud to have the team that I have, to be surrounded with people that I am, my wife, my family, my coach. And it's just the beginning. Yes, I'm going to be a welterweight for sure, 100%.
So you called out, last one from me, you called out Neil Magny for December. What interests you about going up against Neil Magny?
Just a number. I saw the rankings, number 15. If they don't put my name in the ranking on 15, I think they should, because they just don't make 2 guys in the new division with short notice. It's a big deal for me. Kunchenko was playing on the field rush, no one was fighting. They offered me the fight 2 weeks, I took it. I was just coming up, like you said, international flight, 2 weeks notice. Gunnar Nelson, a bigger name, who was in the top, who was ranking for a long time in that division, just came short notice and then dominated the game. I hope my name is on the ranking next week. If not, I would take Gunnar Nelson over. I would stay ready. Someone would get hurt. You guys keep with me, I would take the fight.
Right here, Gilbert. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
It's your first time in your UFC career that you have had a 4-fight win streak. What do you contribute that to?
I think it's so much things that I'm being adjusted, being more professional. But like I said, it's my team. I think I do an amazing job with Henry Hoof, with Conor Barzini, Coach D. Jones. I have Shamir Mikhail, who was here helping me out. Orange, who was here too helping me. And like I said, I stay in camp. It's even hard to explain, but I like to stay in training. You know, if I don't have camp, I work on certain things. I like to keep sharp in my grappling. I like to stay always sharp, like getting stronger, getting better on physically stronger. So I was working, you know, I was working hard, and I don't know. I think I like to stay ready. You know, something happen, I can ramp up a little bit. But the thing is, like to that fight, I could ramp a little bit big, so I'm gonna fight. I just need 1 week of rest, but I cannot get like 2 months rest and go all the way down. That would be too much. So rest enough to my body recover, and then I'm going to start training again. And if they call me 2 weeks, boom, I ramp up again. The thing is, I hate to get lazy, you know, to don't do nothing to do. If I don't go to the training, I saw Henry doing the story, everybody training just get mad at home, like, what am I doing here, you know? So I have to stay training, to stay busy, and that's what I'm going to keep doing.
The plan was to compete at the ADCC as well, right?
Yes.
Do you still plan on doing that after the fight?
I wish, but it's in LA, and it started today, but
Yeah, okay.
I wish I could fly there right now and do the ATC, but it's not possible, but I wish. it's a great tournament, but I'm pretty happy with here and there. Mark had a great night right here. My coach, we walked around today, and I'm very happy with the performance.
If Neil Magny isn't available, do you have other opponents in mind?
I have anybody. Like you said, I'm here to fight. The Cowboy say the only Cowboy make his mark. I'm going to make my mark. I'm going to outwork these guys. I'm going to keep training. I'm going to go into the ranks without hesitating. Anyone get hurt? I don't need the full game. 4 weeks, 6 weeks, I think you guys will see different animal. But with 2 weeks of being able to beat these guys, just think about it. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, what I will be capable of doing.
Hello, Big Bird. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Was there any aspect of Gunnar Nelson's skill set which was surprising to you during the fight?
Like I said, nothing surprised me. I have a great team, a lot of guys that can do that same style. And the only thing, he was long, I think a little tricky with the distance. I gotta watch out a little bit. But I got mad on the first one that I was looking for the takedown. I kind of make it tricky, but I ended up getting bottom. I gotta work a little bit on the bottom. I think he stole that round from me. And I know I was kind of a little behind, so I pushed more in the second round with nice judo throw that I did with the flying knee. Second round, I had a nice double leg through. I think it was more the style a little bit that step by step I was getting more comfortable. Not to surprise me, but I just got to adjust a little bit with his stance that he does. But I feel great.
This one was your 20th fight in your MMA career. You only lost 3 times during that. Is there any loss would you like to take the revenge maybe in the future? I know you have a different weight class than in the beginning fighting in the UFC, but how about that?
I only have 3 losses, and to be honest right now, I'm thankful for these losses because I learned so much that make me a better fighter. And if it happens, it will happen. But the 2 guys I lost, one guy is a Russian guy at a high level, is not even one in the UFC. The other 2 guys, one is losing. I'm not even going to say his name because he's not doing good right now. The other one is a lightweight, so I'd rather fight a ranking guy on top of me. That division welterweight. I'm here to stay up here very strong and think about what I just did. What I just did like a couple weeks ago, just 2 weeks notice. I think we did at least 4 to 6 weeks. So I think it will be done better with you guys.
One more again. Can I take the microphone? Do anybody have a microphone? I'm too far from you. But let's say you did some push-ups after the fight inside the cage. You wanted to show everybody that you were capable of getting inside like another 2 rounds. Maybe once again for the broadcast, you were doing some push-ups after the fight inside the cage. Did you want to like show everybody that you have a condition for another fight after this Gunnar fight, or was it just playing a little bit of a show?
It was a little bit of everything. I think he was holding me so much towards the end. He wasn't doing much, but he's very long, and it was kind of hard to skip. And it was just like I should fight more, just kind of or take me down or let fight. But I was just having fun a little bit there. But it was just having fun.
That was another Brazilian guy tonight on the card, Alex Oliveira. Did you watch his fight, and what do you think about performance, if yes?
I think he was fighting very good. He's a very entertaining guy, crazy style. I like the guy a lot. I fought him before in Brazil. I think they have made a little mistake too because he was talking a little damage to have to stop the fight, put the fight on top, like back in the feet again. And I think after that, he kind of break a little bit mentally. The guy was able to take him down with a lot of damage, but I think you gotta be mentally again, like with the great team, with the people behind. If they saw something click a little bit mental, they would be able to bring you back. And I think he kind of break a little bit mentally, but I don't know if the team could bring something back. But I think he was fighting good until they had to put the fight back in the feet again. But Dalby's a very great fighter too, so it was a good fight, it was a good matchup. Thank you guys.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Chcesz włożyć Paula?
No. Pierwsze pytanie, co zadałeś, to właśnie ja chciałam je zadać.
Tak? No ale nie chciałaś, nie?
No nie chciałam.
Ale my to jak w komplecie, więc wiesz. Nie przejdź. Wiesz? Miciu. Coś jest nie tak?
Nie, mamy live'a, wiesz? Dobra, czekajcie. Słuchajcie, zaraz na pewno...
Sorry za te pości.
Jest już późna pora, jestem, wiecie co, biologicznym skowronkiem i przychodzi taki moment po prostu, gdzie nie do końca radzę sobie
Składaj sobie, ja sobie teraz pogadam.
z energią.
No, ja jestem tym sobą, że tak powiem, w tym duecie. Także czekamy teraz na Marka Omacena, który zwyciężył dzisiaj szybko przed czasem, zgodnie chyba z oczekiwaniami większości obserwatorów. Już się pojawił na scenie, więc oddaję mu
Daj mi,
głos.
ja przytrzymam.
Hej mig. Jeg tager den her over til at starte med. Jeg sidder til din højre side. Tillykke med sejren. En kamp på lidt over et minut. En vanvittig opbakning i Royal Arena, men først og fremmest et ord på oplevelsen med kampen i UFC. Ja, det er svært at sætte ord på sådan en oplevelse. Det er bare... Ja, det har jeg ikke prøvet før. Nu har jeg trods alt stået på scenen ved EM-løbet og OL, men jeg har aldrig oplevet noget tilsvarende, som at gå ind i næsten fyldt Royal Arena med den opbakning. Det var ubeskriveligt. Så sætte et ord på kampen. Altså gameplanen blev jo klart, kan man sige. Men hvis du er overrasket over så hurtigt resultat, der fortsat til gennem. Ja, men og det er jo MMA, altså de træner. Men det er svært at planlægge, hvad der kommer til at ske deroppe. Og gameplanen var at lukke afstand, tage med, og så gøre kampen færdig. Det lykkedes i dag super hurtigt. Det er egentlig regnet med, at det muligvis ville være en kamp, der komme til at tage længere tid. Så jeg forsøgte at spare den energi, der jeg fik fat i ham. Havde du vidst, at du ville tage ind mod 12, så havde jeg måske kastet lidt med ham, men nej, det var ikke et stævne, vi skulle tage chancer med. Men i op til sådan en kamp der, altså der er flere tusind mennesker på lægterne, det er på hjemme af historiske lande i København i UFC, eller pressen, der høres op til sådan en kamp der, hvordan har det været? Jamen alt har været nyt. Altså nu er vi gået fra en scene med 13.000 tilskuere, nu sidder vi her i presrum. Altså jeg har aldrig været i den her scene før, alt er nyt. Det er specielt, det har været en speciel fight week, jeg har aldrig været en fight week før, altså alt er nyt. Og jeg har gjort det bedste, jeg kunne for at prøve at bevare begge ben på jorden og egentlig være i nuet, fordi det har været vildt, det har været udfordrende. Og heldigvis så er jeg jo privilegeret ved at have nogle rigtig dygtige mennesker omkring mig. Jeg har nogle kamper med, som har gjort det her før, som har prøvet det her før, som lige kan tage brugen af det værste. Men det er helt specielt, og det er en helt unik oplevelse. Og altså, jeg har ikke oplevet noget lignende.
Down here.
Yep.
Congratulations, obviously a big night for you tonight. Can you put into words, your emotions, how you're feeling, getting the win in your UFC debut here in Denmark?
I guess I feel very relieved. It was an amazing experience. It was my debut. Now I'm not prelims, but I was bumped up on the co-main event. Came a lot of extra work, a lot of extra pressure with that, and stepping out there, getting the job done, amazing feeling. And with that kind of support, this is a moment I'll remember the rest of my life. It was very special.
And how did the crowd feel? Did you feed off that energy? Because the crowd seemed really behind you.
I tried to stay focused. That's what I do, like stay focused, stay balanced, but stepping into a arena like that, it's hard to be focused. My coach Martin told me to absorb that energy, but And I did. I gotta be honest, I felt kind of invincible standing up there with that kind of support in my back, you know, so absolutely amazing.
And you said Martin Kampmann. How important has he been, and what kind of role has he played in your MMA career?
Well, Martin Kampmann, he's one of the pioneers in Danish MMA. He's, to be honest, one of our Danish legends. He has more UFC fights than the rest of us Danish UFC fighters has combined. So, having a guy like that in your corner, in your back, gives you comfort. It's like security, right? So, it's everything today has been new for me. The whole week has been new. Sitting there is new. But having a guy that has been through it before is very, very important. And I know this from experience from the Olympics. Having a guy who's been there before, tried it, done it before, is very important. Martin Kampmann is very, very important.
Mark, Liam, stort tillykke. Det er fremragende. Kun et minut. Så kan man rejse tegn på engelsk. Også det er You've talked about your family, your kids, that this journey is not only about you, but it's only about the sacrifices that your wife and your son and your daughter has made. It was the first time that your son, Magnus, watched you fight. Can you please tell me about the interaction that you had with your family after the win? What were the words that was said between you guys?
I just met my wife like 30 seconds ago, so he's sitting over in the corner. I'm very excited to see my son after this. He was at the arena. Some of the guys told me that he was going absolutely crazy. He was all in, very proud. And that's why I'm very proud to be able to give my son that kind of experience.
Second question, maybe the international media doesn't know that, but you also had some fans, some fighters here in Denmark rooting against you, saying that Marco Madsen maybe isn't on UFC at the UFC level. You proved them wrong tonight. How does that feel to silence the critics?
Well, the same guys told me I was too old to do MMA. They told me I was too old to get into the UFC. I guess it's just a part of the sport.
At last, we asked the UFC executive before, what's next for Marco Madsen? And he said, I don't know. We'll have to ask Mark. What does Mark want to do? What do you want to do? Any opponent in mind? When do you want to come back and fight?
I want to hurry back to the training room, start training, start developing. I'm roughly 19 months old in this sport, so I have a lot of things I have to develop. So I'll get busy, grind my ass off, and then develop the best I can.
Mark, det er det samme, men bare på dansk. Altså, fremtiden for dig nu her, altså, hvornår håber du på, at få en kamp igen?
Fremtiden starter jo nogle tidligt. Jeg skal træne også i morges. Så i bund og grund, det jeg kan gøre, det er jo at gøre det bedste. Træne det bedste. Træne så hårdt på is. Det er det, jeg har gjort i bunden. Det er det, jeg tænker mig at gøre i det her også. Det her er jo et spørgsmål om mine credentials, hvad jeg kommer med. Det er et spørgsmål om, hvor jeg gerne vil det. Hvor meget jeg gerne vil lægge i det. Og jeg er kommet med. Jeg vil også gerne finde ud af, hvor langt jeg kan drive det her. Og det er der kun en måde at finde ud af. Det er at give skud og gøre det 100%.
Men din næste kamp, det bliver jo ikke i Danmark, det ligger næsten helt fast. Altså, hvordan ser du det, at du næste gang kommer ud fra et Danmark?
Fik du ham ikke til at komme med, at man kommer tilbage til Danmark?
Jo, men jeg tror ikke, det bliver lige her i det her år.
Nå, og det må vi arbejde på. Jeg ved det ikke, men jeg kan i hvert fald fortælle, at jeg kommer til at fortsætte min udvikling, jeg kommer til at fortsætte at træne, skemakoordinere med Maria, eller hvad vi gør herfra. Kommer muligvis til enten at hive sparring hjem til Olympic Gym, eller så rejse til Las Vegas, fortsætte udviklingen. Skal jeg slå de bedste i verden, skal jeg træne de bedste i verden, og det er udfordringen. Altså jeg er her for at finde ud af, hvad den bedste version af Marco Madsen i MMA egentlig vil være.
Det, at du kommer i en ny vægtklasse til den her kamp, altså, kunne du mærke forskellen? Kunne du mærke, at du måske faktisk var stærkere på en anden måde i modstanderen i den her kamp her?
Jeg har ikke følt mig stærk i vælger det ikke også dem, jeg har trænet med, der ikke vælger det. Det er klart, når jeg taber mig, som jeg har gjort op til den her turnering, så ryger der også en smule muskelmasse. Men jeg skal være lidt sådan, jeg føler helt godt til plads. Altså jeg føler, at jeg har en styrke. Karten er god. Lightweight bliver min vægtklasse fremadrettet. Så det er her, jeg skal gøre mig gældende.
Jeg skal lige sige her. Du vælger at gå ind til Kim Larsen. Hvorfor vælger du den her sang her? Er der en eller anden statement bag den sang, du vælger her?
Jeg synes, at Kim Larsen han er en dansk idé. Eller en koryfær. Så jeg kunne ikke finde en bedre kunstner at gå ind til Kim Larsen. Og så kunne jeg ikke lade vælge det. Men jeg synes, både første valg og anden valg var meget passende.
Mark, hello. Congrats on the win. I'm here.
Yeah.
You must have been watched a lot of fights of the UFC before coming to the UFC. I wanted to ask, who do you consider as the best wrestler right now in the lightweight division in the UFC?
The best wrestler?
Yes.
I think there can be little doubt that the best wrestler would be Khabib Nurmagomedov. In terms of the way he's been able to transfer his wrestling credentials into MMA. So it's two different sports, MMA and wrestling. But he's the champ.
With 20 fights less than Khabib, can you say you look up to him somehow as a guy who adapted his great wrestling skills inside the octagon?
Well, naturally, a guy like Khabib, I can only aspire towards his achievement. He's done great in the sport of MMA. He's a great person, very humble. I've had the honor of meeting him, training with him. We have the same management. I think he's a great guy, and naturally, I can only aspire towards his achievement. Great athlete.
Competing as a wrestler in the past, you were competing in a bit higher weight class category than this time. You were competing mostly in 74 kilograms. How does the weight cut issue is different between cutting down the weight to wrestling competition than the UFC fight, and how it went this time?
Well, I had to put more work into the weight cut this time. Spent a longer period cutting down. But I feel awesome. I think this is the weight division I'll be trying to establish myself in. So yeah, make a plan, follow that plan. We did that today, and I felt great. It's the first time in 18 years I've been this light. It was a huge challenge, but job done. So I'm proud.
And Mark, right over here.
Yep, I hear them.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Just had a little question. I was interested in how you and Ali Abdelaziz got together. How did that come about?
I actually went with my family to Vegas. That was the first trip I made after my last fight. Martin Kampman and Ali Abdelaziz is good friends from time back in Extreme Couture. So they got in contact, and I think one of the days I got a call or a text from Ali saying, hey, you want to roll with some guys? I said, yeah, sure, let's go. And then I opened the door, and that was Khabib and Islam Makhachev, and I was like, okay, this will be good.
That's awesome. Was that at the Performance Institute when just engaged you? Was that?
No, that was the second trip. So this one was the first one. And that was at the beginning of his camp leading up to his fight against Dustin.
Thank you very much, Rafa.
Okay, guys, thank you for everyone's questions.
Słuchajcie, właśnie nadchodzi Jared Cannonier, także będzie to ostatnia osoba, która bierze udział w tej konferencji prasowej po gali i następnie będziemy mogli już zakończyć tutaj nasz pobyt w hali, wrócić do domu, popracować jeszcze nad obróbką materiałów. Tak to mniej więcej wygląda, praca do późna. Ale myślę, że warto. Dużo dobrego doświadczenia. Bart jest już na miejscu, Jacek szykuje sprawy. Na pewno zada też dużo pytań, bo jest dzisiaj bardzo, bardzo, bardzo aktywny.
Jared, congratulations on the win, buddy. Athlete. Just wanted to ask, with regards to your opponent tonight, how did you feel in there? Did the fight go as you expected?
It certainly did. I expected Jack to do exactly what Jack does. You know, he comes in there and he tries to put his opponent away in a dominant, dramatic fashion. And we prepared. We were prepared for it. So I knew he was going to try to take me down. Takedown defense was on point tonight. I feel like I'm the superior striker, and landed some nice shots. And the shots were so good that, in fact, that he, went to the ground, and I followed up with some of the best ground and pound in the world, and I got the finish. So I feel great.
A big win on away territory. Where does that leave you in this division now?
I don't care where it puts me in the division. I'm in the division, so everybody better take note.
Just lastly then, obviously there's a title fight coming up next week. How do you see that one going, and would you like to face the winner?
Absolutely, I want to face the winner. Whoever gets that belt is who I want to fight. That's the only point of being in the UFC, is to fight for UFC gold, get that strap around your waist, get the strap around my waist, and defend it a number of, 16 times? I'm trying to get 16 of those little red rubies on my belt. So on to the next.
Yes, Jared back here. You mentioned before some of the best ground and pound in the world. That's something he's taken pride in saying on multiple occasions he feels that he has. Does it give you a little something extra in that win to be able to beat him in the way that he prides himself in doing?
No, because I know I was already capable of doing it. You know, I heard him say he had the best ground and pound in the world, and in my mind, I'm like, no, I do. I've gotten actual knockouts with ground and pound, and I finished a number of people with ground and pound. So I think tonight was the battle of who's got the best ground and pound, and I certainly went in there and showed that I have exceptional ground and pound. Best ground and pound, you can say that's, opinionated. That's my opinion. I feel like I have better ground and pound. He can always think that he has better ground and pound, and he's entitled to that opinion. So until you guys say who has the best ground and pound, it don't matter what we say, right? Because you guys are the spectator, you're the one watching, you're the one putting the rankings by our names and all that other stuff. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody says. All I know is that I'm capable, and I am willing and ready to go in there and do it.
You've never really been one to talk a whole lot of trash or such, but we see a lot of fighters have success when doing it, or at least getting attention. I'm sure you don't want to change the way you are, but do you perhaps think about the way you market yourself in the future?
No. Hell no. I'm not going to sell my soul for anybody or anything, I only have one life to live, and I'm going to live it the way that I want to live it, not according to anybody else's rules or standards. And I pride myself on that. That's about it. No, I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to, again, sell myself or sell my soul. I ain't no prostitute for attention, especially. And that's just it, man. I let my motions, I let my movements, send the messages. I don't have to talk, I'm not going to show my hand. For those who are familiar with spades, I'm not going to show you my hand and let you know what I'm going to do. You're going to have to watch. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to work to figure that out. I'm not going to do the job for you. So I'm not going to incriminate myself. I don't talk to police. You know what I'm talking about? So that's it, man. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to be who I am, do what I know how to do, and enjoy the ride.
And final one for me. You had some ups and downs going into the UFC, but since you moved to middleweight, it feels like you've really found your stride. You've looked unstoppable in this division. Do you wish that you would have moved down earlier, and if so, when?
No, I don't wish I would have moved down earlier. I moved down right at the right time, right when it was supposed to happen. Again, I feel like I'm in complete control. So, fight these big guns anymore. No, I'm gonna fight whoever's in front of me. You know, that's why I fought at heavyweight. And the move down to middleweight was just a consequence of all the work that I was doing at the MMA lab. You know, burning all that fat and doing it, just working. This is just a different program, and my body is definitely adjusted and leveled up. And you know, the jump down to middleweight was just common sense. You know, when I fought Dominic Reyes, I was weighing 205 2 weeks prior to even being in where was that? Chile. You know, I was already 205, so it's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Plus, those guys are tall, they're big and stuff like that. So I'm not stupid either. You know, so I may be fearless, but I'm not dumb. So it happened at the right time. And here I am, 3 wins in a row, 3 finishes, about to make it 4.
Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, Jared, just down here. In your Octagon interview post-fight, at the end you seemed like you had a little bit of a rant. Do you feel like maybe you're underappreciated or, you know, going under the radar a little bit in this division?
No, I wouldn't call it a rant. It was just acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? I acknowledge that everybody's writing me off. You know, it's not a rant. I don't care. But I see, and I'm going to speak on it. So I'm not going to just ignore people saying, Jared's not going to win. You know, Jared's all this and Jared's not all that. You know, and I think that's just, you know, call it me making a statement. You know, I ain't no slouch. You know, I can knock out anybody, like I said. And if you people don't want to listen to it, then, I'm going to show you. That's about it.
You said you'd like to face the winner of the title fight next week. How do you see yourself matching up with either one of those?
Same way I match up with any and everybody. You know, you stand in front of me, if you get hit, you're going to sleep. You know, what you going to do? Take me down? You can try. What you going to do? Strike with me? Let's go. I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Let's have some fun. I love this sport. I love doing this. I love the challenge. You know? Are you a better striker than me? All right, then. I'm going to elevate myself. I'm going to rise to that occasion. And I'm going to become a better striker. Plain and simple. I forgot the question, but I hope I answered it.
How you think you'd match up with either one of them?
Yeah, like I said, you know, anybody can get knocked out. Anybody can get submitted. You know? It's just a matter of how it's going to play out. I'm not saying that I can guarantee knock out everybody in every situation. You know, that's just not life. That's just not realistic. But I feel that I love this sport so much, and I love doing it to the point where I'm willing to do it with anybody. You know, as long as you're capable. And like I said before, the UFC only picks people who are capable. As far as the champion and the interim champion goes, how do I match up to them? I mean, that's not for me to say, you know, how I match up to them. All I know is that I can knock any of them out. You know, I can win a fight against any of them, okay? And that's it, and they can do the same. So it's just common sense, right? If I can go anyway, and I'm just gonna train to increase my chances of making that happen. Thank you.
Hello, Jared. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask about the pirate. I can see that you don't break up with that. Tell me about how the talisman may have an influence on how the fight went.
How it had the fight went? I wouldn't say it had a direct influence on the fight, and I don't use this to influence fights. I don't use this to fight with. You know, I use this for myself. It's for me to elevate myself and become a better person, an ascended human being, to reach my full potential, and to just be a better person and, you know, reap all the benefits of being able to experience this life. You know, there's a lot of people who walk around stressing and, you know, engaging in the rat race, you know. I want to separate myself from all of that, all the BS, all the drama, anything that's not going to benefit me. I choose not to engage in it. So things that do benefit me, like positive energy, you know what I'm saying? The voiding of negative energy, you know what I'm saying? Reflecting negative energy or turning it into good energy, transmuting, you know what I'm saying? Alchemy, and abundance, which is one of the things this thing represents, one of its metaphysical properties. It helps bring about abundance, wealth, health, prosperity. You can say that, you know, you can translate that into a UFC win if you want to, but I just use it for myself personally. Now, how that affects me in the fight, you know, if I'm happy, you know, I'm happy. I feel like, well, anyway, I feel more connected. You know what I'm saying? I feel grounded. I feel I'm not distracted by a lot of the BS and drama. So that's one of the reasons why I use this.
Okay. The first round of the fight probably was not on your fight as we talk about scorecards. Was that calm played, let's say, the first round, was a part of the game plan for a 5-rounder fight?
To what?
Like, was the first round, you played like calm, you know, you weren't engaging too much, making too much energy out of you. So was it a part of the game plan for the 5-rounder fight?
No, I fought the same way I fight any and everybody. I don't come in there, I'm not in a hurry, you know what I'm saying? You got 15 to 25 minutes to make it happen. All it takes is one shot, one split second to end the fight. So you can't rush it, you know, especially at this level, you can't rush it. We saw what happened when you rush a fight. We saw what happened, what was it, John Phillips versus
Amedovski.
You know what I'm saying? We know John Phillips is a banger, you know. He just stood in front of him and tried to bang it out with him, rushing it. And we saw how that ended. And I did that also against Dominic Reyes. I was rushing, you know. So, you know, you just have to be a more intelligent fighter when approaching, especially at the highest level of this sport. I know Jack wanted to take me down, so I'm going to rush towards him just to give him a takedown. That would have been completely asinine right there. So on top of that, the training that I've acquired at the MMA lab has elevated me to a level to where I know I don't have to rush. You know, we're in a fight. You're going to have to come to me, and I'm going to come towards you. So I'm not going to just sprint towards you full head on. You know, this isn't, you know, we're not rams on the side of a mountain trying to, you know, find a mate or anything like that. So just an intelligent approach. And this is going to be me in each and every one of my fights. It's going to be intelligent. It may not look the same, but you better believe it's going to be an intelligent approach to fighting. I'm going to break my opponent down. I'm going to make him feel that pressure. Just because I wasn't running towards him doesn't mean he didn't feel no pressure. All right? He didn't have nowhere to go. The cage got smaller and smaller, and I got bigger and bigger until he had nowhere else to go. So that's just the way I play the game.
Is there anybody coming?
Renee, is anybody coming?
Is coming to us? Okay. Jack Manson.
Jezus już zdziera rączki do kolejnych pytań. Jest hiperaktywny dzisiaj, bardzo dobrze się z nim pracuje. Doświadczenie popłaca, kolejna gala i coraz więcej rzeczy tak naprawdę. O, słuchajcie, jest kluczem.
Jack. Thank you. We're surprised how hard it was to take him down and to hold him down.
No, I wasn't surprised. I thought that it was going to be hard. But when I was in those exchanges, I felt like I really want to get back there and get the takedown. And I think that was probably a little bit too obvious for him. So that's why he read it very well in the second round there and timed that uppercut that led to the finish.
You had a plan for who you wanted to fight if you won this fight? Do you have any idea as of right now where you go from here?
I have no idea. I feel like, I want to get one more fight in before the year is over, and to get back on a win streak again. That's my main goal, and I'm pretty much willing to take that fight.
Just down here. Obviously, I know things didn't go the way you planned tonight, but can you just talk a little bit about the run-up to this fight? Obviously, here in Denmark, they kind of treat you as one of their own, I suppose. How has the whole fight week and the reaction been like from the Danish fans?
Amazing, good support since I came here, and I really felt a great energy when I got out of that arena tonight, and except the outcome, it was a really nice experience. But so I really felt energy, and I'm thankful for support.
Here, you suffered a TKO loss. So as of right now, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good, and the body isn't too injured or anything like that. But you're a little bit slow in the head after you get some punches like that. So it takes a little bit more time for me to think, and you're a little bit slow.
After your first draws in the UFC, you made some serious changes. You got a mental coach, you did some other things. Are you planning on doing the same this time on?
I'll definitely learn from this fight and make sure that I don't do the same mistakes again. And what the process is going to be is something that I have to consider. But I'm always trying to improve after every fight, so I'm sure I will do something to get better.
Yes, Jack, here in the back. This whole event was, you were sort of carrying it on your shoulders, being sort of like the face in Nordic MMA. Do you feel that maybe some of that pressure might have gotten to you in some way?
I don't feel like that affected the outcome of the fight at all, actually, because I really felt great this fight week, and especially without the jet lag, I felt energized, my body felt fine, so I can't blame anything on that. So I'm not sure why I didn't perform tonight, but I'll try to prepare even better in the future, so I can perform better.
Fight started off intense, in fact, even before it was supposed to start. Was that just you being riled up? Was it perhaps not hearing because of all the noise in the arena, or what was that about?
Wasn't the time wasn't on?
Yeah, the daughter went in between it, seemed. So
No, that was because of low blow.
okay.
I hit him like, I don't even know if I hit him with the ground, but it was very, very close. I think that he checked if he was alright. Yeah.
And you always had very high hopes for his bout. Didn't go your way, but it seems like you've come back stronger after every loss so far. Do you, just off the top of your head, do you think of any adjustments that you think you might want to make for future?
I think that it has a lot to do with like the mindset in there, because I felt like I lost a little bit in my head, and I was thinking so much on the takedown. So I wasn't reactive enough, and I wasn't sharp enough in the stand-up because I had a takedown all the time in my head. So I think I just need to adjust in my approach in there, and obviously it's going to be another situation for the next opponent, whoever that might be. So it's hard to think, because I really do think I prepared pretty well. But it's so much in your head when you get in there to have the right mindset when you fight.
And last one for me, you touched on a little bit before with your next opponent, whoever that might be. You say you want to fight again sometime this year. If you get your pick, who would it be?
Yeah, if I get my pick, I'll probably fight the winner between them two and Kevin Gastelum, but you know, I'm coming from a loss now, so I don't think they will give the winner to me, but yeah, you always want to aim high, the bigger the fight, the happier I get, so yeah, I'm here. If they will give me a big fight, I will take it.
Thank you. Så fortfarande hjälp med den här
Thanks, Nesmi.
Hello, Jack. I'm here. Happy to have you with us here. Thank you very much for coming. I'm pretty sure you won that first round on the scorecards. Can you tell us what did your corner say to you after the first round, and if the plan for the fight was similar to what you have done in the first round, or maybe it was something different in the further rounds?
Yeah, I can't recall exactly what they said, but I know that they reminded me on the game plan, which was basically to keep more movement than I did in the fight, because I was a little bit too much in front of him. So I was supposed to move a little bit more, and I was supposed to have better setups for my takedowns. So don't just shoot naked, but set them up. And I think that was one of the tips that I got from the corner. Looking back, I would have liked to fight a little bit more different, and I could have probably fought a little bit more safe and fought on the outside and still be able to get the score on my side.
You are a very busy fighter since joining the UFC. You've already mentioned about a will to come back this year, if the possibility will come off. You did already 3 fights in 2019. Do you think your body is ready for another one?
Yeah, I think so. I still believe that I'm in my prime right now, and my body can handle that. And you know, I'm in this sport to fight and to grow, and I don't want to be sitting on the side and watch the other guys do the job. I want to be in the middle.
I know losing on the event is a bitter pill to swallow, but another Scandinavian fighters succeeded tonight's night. Did you watch any of those fights of Nicolas Dalby or Marco Mazzi?
I was warming up, so it was just in the background, but I noticed that both of them won, and big congratulations to them. I'm super happy for those guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
There's a guy in the lightweight division saying that he is the best fisherman in the UFC. What are you going to say about that?
Well, I didn't win tonight, but I'm sure I will win a fish off against that guy.
Greg, we get after you.
Let's do this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
I know. It's hard work.
Konferencja się właśnie zakończyła, także powoli będziemy zbierać wszystkie nasze sprzęty. No i co jeszcze mogę Wam powiedzieć? Późna pora, 12:30, także Wam również polecamy naładować troszeczkę akumulatory. My jeszcze trochę popracujemy. No i tyle. Widzę, że dyskusja trochę już też zwolniła. Was jest 25. Dziękujemy za wytrwałość.
Dziękujemy Wam za trwałość, za to, że z nami byliście. No i dobranoc.
Dobranoc.